The story of Abraham's covenant is one of the most important narratives in the Bible, marking God's promise to Abraham, originally named Abram, and the beginning of a special relationship between God and his chosen people. Here's how the story unfolds. God calls Abram, Genesis 12 verses 1-3. The story begins when God calls Abram, a man living in Ur of the Chaldeans, later in Haran, to leave his homeland and family. God makes an extraordinary promise to him. Go from your country, your people and your father's household to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation, and I will bless you, I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you, and whoever curses you I will curse, and all peoples on earth will be blessed through you. Genesis 12 verses 1-3. Abram obeys God, taking his wife Sarai and nephew Lot, and journeys to the land of Canaan. The first covenant, Genesis 15. Years later, Abram is childless and questions how God's promise of descendants will be fulfilled. God reassures him. Look up at the sky and count the stars, if indeed you can count them. So shall your offspring be. Genesis 15 verse 5. Abram believes God, and because of his faith, God counts it as righteousness. Then, God makes a formal covenant with Abram in a dramatic way. 1. God instructs Abram to bring a heifer, a goat, a ram, a dove, and a pigeon. 2. Abram cuts the animals in half, except the birds, and arranges them opposite each other. 3. As night falls, a smoking fire pot and a blazing torch, symbolizing God's presence, pass between the pieces. This ritual signifies God's solemn oath to keep his promise, even comparing the fate of the animals to what would happen if he broke his word. God also foretells that Abram's descendants will be enslaved in Egypt for 400 years but will later return to Canaan. The sign of the covenant, circumcision, Genesis 17. When Abram is 99 years old, God appears again, reaffirming the covenant and giving him a new name, Abraham, father of many nations. Sarai is renamed Sarah, princess. God declares, I will establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant between me and you and your descendants after you for the generations to come, to be your God and the God of your descendants after you. The whole land of Canaan, where you now reside as a foreigner, I will give as an everlasting possession to you and your descendants after you, and I will be their God. Genesis 17 verses 7-8. As a sign of the covenant, God commands that every male in Abraham's household, including his descendants and servants, must be circumcised. This becomes an enduring mark of the covenant people. God also promises that Sarah will bear a son, Isaac, through whom the covenant will continue, despite Abraham's earlier son, Ishmael, by Hagar. The birth of Isaac and the test of faith, Genesis 21-22. In their old age, Sarah miraculously gives birth to Isaac, fulfilling God's promise. Later, God tests Abraham's faith by commanding him to sacrifice Isaac on Mount Moriah. Abraham obeys, showing his complete trust in God, but at the last moment, God provides a ram as a substitute. Because of Abraham's faithfulness, God reaffirms his covenant. I swear by myself, declares the Lord, that because you have done this and have not withheld your son, your only son, I will surely bless you and make your descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky and as the sand on the seashore, and through your offspring all nations on earth will be blessed, because you have obeyed me. Genesis 22 verses 16-18. The legacy of the covenant. Abraham's covenant is foundational in the Bible because 1. It establishes Israel as God's chosen people. 2. It points forward to Jesus Christ, the ultimate descendant of Abraham who blesses all nations, Galatians 3 verse 16. 3. It demonstrates that salvation comes by faith, Romans 4, Hebrews 11. The covenant is fulfilled through Isaac, Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel, and ultimately, through Jesus, the Messiah. Summary of God's promises to Abraham. 1. Land, Canaan, later Israel, for his descendants. 2. Descendants, as numerous as the stars and sand. 3. Blessing to all nations, through Abraham's lineage, ultimately Jesus. Abraham's story is a powerful testament to faith, obedience, and God's faithfulness to his promises.